All right. I think we got it. I almost
Did you
forgot.
do it?
Like
Did you do it?
yeah, I started the countdown, and then I was like, oh, I forgot to go live. But I think we made it, boys and girls. It's your favorite time of the week, Thursday, 8:30 Central. We're TLD. We're live. How you doing? How you been? Unfortunately, Braden couldn't make it tonight. Sorry, Walsh. Walsh couldn't make it tonight, and we don't have Jason as well. It's just O and I. But
Yeah.
we're gonna rock
I'm
it.
sorry.
We're gonna rock it. We got old Harry Baloney in here. What's up,
Already?
brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Logan O'Rourke. How you doing, man? I don't know if I've been in a live chat with you or not, or if you're a new person, but welcome. We appreciate you coming out. So, if for anybody who shows up and has never seen our show before, this is where we come to interact with our subscribers or anybody new, rather than just trying to interact with you guys through a comment or something that you post on our YouTube videos. We like to do this once a week where we get to go one on one, or however many people show up tonight. That way we can answer any questions you have. We like to go over our videos from the past week. Hopefully we can get some of that in today. Unfortunately, Walsh isn't here. There were videos that he did and he put together, but I think Joe and I can kind of fiddle fart our way through it and answer any questions you guys have.
Yeah. Or
Oh, here's a
prove to
good.
Walsh that it doesn't his video don't matter.
Yeah, yeah. So Harry
Yeah.
said got the shark shirt. So a little
Yeah.
background on Joe's shark. I was gonna say shark shirt. Joe, if you want, real quick, go ahead and explain the
Yeah.
background on your shirt.
Real quick, I'm a dork and I watch Shark Week. Watching Shark Week, I saw a shirt on Shark Week that I loved. I really wanted it. Spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours trying to find it. This is all I had to go by. This is all I saw. Found it, talked myself out of it. I don't need another shirt, but I really wanted it. Don't need it. I don't swim in the ocean. I don't fish for sharks. I do like sharks, but I don't scuba dive. I don't anything. Talked myself out of it, and then I said, you know what? I'm gonna get it for myself as kind of a milestone or a gift. I'm trying to lose weight and get back in shape. So I said, hey, if I hit 200 pounds, then I'll order the shark shirts. And I can only wear them if I'm under 200 pounds. I'm cheating that a little bit because I've been fluctuating between like 199 and 202. I've been fluctuating. So I am wearing them just for more motivation, but it's more of a motivational thing than anything. But they look awesome, don't they?
Yeah,
And they even got like little baby sharks on the sleeves, and then there's a big one on the back with the brand of gear, like something. It starts with the N. Shark suits. I don't know. I think it's scuba diving equipment. I'm not really sure, but I liked it.
I know Joe knows this, and a lot of our OG guys know this, but we're super proud of the job you're doing in the academy, and this kind of stuff motivates me. I'm well overweight. I'm retired, and I just drink beer and eat food all day and sit at my desk. But super proud of you, brother. I'm happy that you got it all figured out, man. Proud of
Thanks,
you.
man.
We
Thanks.
got old Misfit.
It took me 2 months, but I got there and just gonna keep going with it. So
Well, I mean, you tell the stories like you're doing basically two a days, right? Right. So you work out
yeah,
in the morning, and then you
I
go
run in
to
the morning. Yep,
yeah.
run in the morning and work out. Lift in the evening. I skipped lifting today to be on this show with y'all. Just to
We
let you
appreciate.
know.
Well, I'll tell you, and nobody else may appreciate it as much as I do because
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't think any.
I saw that you were by yourself, and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh, we did a quick study group for an hour. I planned on lifting after the study group, um, and I was like, no, Cody needs my help. I'm out.
yeah. I probably
I
y'all.
I literally got home like 20 minutes ago, guys, and I've been here talking to Cody before we went live for 10 of the 20
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, I appreciate it because this would have been the most boring video chat ever, but we'll we'll work it out.
We'll work through it.
We got old Jacob Needham. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I'm from Southern Louisiana. I can't speak English, but
It
welcome.
happens.
12 Bravo Tack. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Hey, did all your ailments go away that we talked about the last couple? Yeah, what? Pink eye,
Yeah, he had
What else
3
was there?
things, dude.
Yeah,
Like he was sleeping in the wrong house.
yeah,
Something went drastically wrong. Pink eye, pneumonia, and something.
yeah. Something. Well,
Yeah,
hope you're feeling better, brother. We're glad you made it. Good old
he proud.
misfit.
Ooh, I
No, I
wasn't gonna make
haven't.
a joke. I was gonna make a joke, but I better not. It was regarding a shot that you get.
Oh yeah,
I better not. We don't want to get our channel
yeah.
deleted.
We don't want to be any pressing or pushing any misinformation, right?
Yeah, it's pushing any buttons and more like it.
Yeah. I haven't
So
seen the new sidecar. So Misfit's asking about the new sidecar from T Rex Arms. There was an appendix carry holster that I saw. So I don't do a spare mag. That's just personal preference. I probably should, but you know, I'm to the point now where I don't plan on hanging out and doing no shootout with nobody. I'm gonna shoot and get. That's my plan. Um, but some of those holsters are interesting, and I may try out something like that. But with my tactical girth, sidecars, and anything hanging off, anything extra hanging off your belt is not very comfortable. So
yeah, I like some people. They really get wrapped around the axle with an extra mag, and like me personally, I normally don't carry it, but I have a gun with that's 16. So it holds 16 rounds, and other
yeah,
people carry like Smith and Wesson Shield, right? That's 7 rounds. So your gun with an extra mag is still less ammo than I carry. I have one of
yeah,
those. They don't work really well on stainless steel
yeah.
mags.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
This one's works really well. Um, I haven't really tried it yet because I have all my pockets full of my other EDC items, but maybe one of these days I'll try
Yeah, stainless steel isn't very magnetic.
it. Yeah. So Bravo said he sure is. So I'm
Oh,
good.
nice.
Well, he corrected. He said did, but I
Yeah.
knew what you were saying. Glad you're feeling better, man.
So
So
Walsham
go ahead.
video, what did he do? He did that plate carrier.
Yep.
We'll leave that for him because he really likes to get on the soapbox when it comes to plate carriers. But he liked it. He liked it a lot, and I'm not really sure. I don't remember the rating he gave it at the end. I think
So
it
that
I think it might have been number one.
yeah, I was gonna say it overtook the um the
LA
LA
Police
Police
Gear
Gear one that we
because
all like.
the only thing that LA Police Gear carrier beat it in was price.
Yeah,
So if you have the extra money, go with that plate carrier.
yeah. I mean, I even just after I watched this video, I was looking on the website, and I think something popped up to where it's like, "Hey, you could win a multicam black one." I was like, "Cool, let's try it. It's worth a try." And then
Yeah.
I went over. The first thing I did is I sent it over to Walsh. I'm like, "Hey, look, they got multicam black." And he's like, "I may or may not have one on the way." So you know what that means. I'm not trying
Mm-hmm.
to. Those there are no spoilers coming from me, but you know how
Mm-hmm.
Walsh is.
Yeah. That's all he does in review plate carriers.
Yeah.
I'm joking, but he's not here, so I can give him all the crap I want. Dude, I was so looking forward to giving him crap about the painted 6.5 Creedmoor semi-automatic,
Yeah.
but he's not here, so it kind of jumped full flat. Waltz, find the gun. There, I did
Well,
it.
you still brought it up, so
Yep.
that's all part of it.
And then the other one was a backpack, right? And I actually took quite a bit of interest in that. Number one, it was a really well-made video. I mean, Walsh done the best out of all of us anyway.
Yeah.
But he really spent some time and really thought that through, especially with the hydration thing. He went like, unless you want to be Aquaman, dude, I'm dying laughing with the Aquaman. And then he was sitting in his car. I thought it was absolutely hilarious, and I think that is probably the best solution that I've seen to put in a backpack on your actual carrier to date. I mean, I'm sure there are other solutions out there. If there are, and you want Walsh to test them, just comment on one of his videos, and he'll go in there and test it. I'm sure he will. He
Right.
loves doing it. But for everything that I have against putting a backpack on a carrier, that kind of solved it. Like you can't get to it, it's cumbersome, you can't take it off. What if you have to get something out of it? you have to have a battle buddy to be able to access it, or you have to take your whole plate carrier off, which isn't very safe if you're wearing a plate carrier for a reason. And that kind of solved all those, right?
Yeah.
It
So
really did. And four quick disconnects, and the whole thing come out. You can do just the sides and flip it over the top.
right.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna have to find somebody else to carry my fruit roll-ups. Because even if he
Yeah.
wanted to carry my fruit roll-ups or not, he would have been, because he would have been like, "Hey Joe, can you get my map out of my backpack?" And I'd been like, "Sure thing, buddy," while stuffing all my fruit roll-ups and all my stuff that I don't want to carry into his backpack.
But now that he can get to it, he may eat it. So that's
I
something
know.
you got to be concerned about. So
Yep.
if for our OG guys, you may remember, when we had LA Police Gear, the CEO Mark on, we brought up, hey, we're interested in a backpack that you can clip into your kit and pull over your head and access it, while it's still kind of clipped in, but we also have talked in the past where if you have a backpack clipped in and you can't take it off for whatever reason, that you're kind of stuck with it, to just have a regular 72-hour backpack or something that you could take off when you get in the truck or whatever the case may be. So we've brought that up, and that's something we were interested in. But like Joe was saying, I think this the hitchhike, the Haley Strategic Hitchhike, checks off a lot of the boxes that we brought up in that. Now, the one thing I say it would be missing is when you flip it over, I would like to see. I think you can still access the top of it, but some of those front pockets, you may have to finagle a little bit. But you can also
Yeah.
just swing it this way, right, and still
Yep.
get to
You'd have to
wherever you
take
need.
3 clips off doing that. You'd
Yeah,
have to take both shoulder and one side. But I mean, one more clip and you can have the whole thing off and set it down on the ground and do whatever you want to do in it.
yeah.
Cinch it down, reorganize stuff, whatever you want to do to it, and then put it back on your back, clip it all in. I think it's a great in between. I mean, personally for me, I'm not going to pay the money for that. I'm just going to carry a regular backpack. But Welsh
Now,
likes that stuff.
yeah, I don't remember if he talked about the price. I imagine it's probably expensive just because it's Haley Strategic. But hopefully some people catch on to that design and make some knockoffs, or and even improve on it maybe. So hopefully there'll be some competition out. I'll wait in typical fashion. I'll wait and see if anybody else puts some stuff out before I buy Haley Strategic. But that right now is for a good thing. I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to go anywhere for 3 days with just that pack, but it's probably a good truck mounted bag.
Yeah. I'm mute so I can cough.
Okay. So Misfit's bringing up, he asking Bravo Tac, have you seen the Gen 2 shield mags rusting? I don't think any of us have a shield. But is that the case there, Misfit? Or are they starting to rust?
I just have I bought a shield for Dolores, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
that
know
thing probably
what
doesn't see much
gen it
moisture,
is.
huh?
No, I'm in Colorado, it's super dry, and they're
Yeah.
black, so there's some sort of coating on it. But man, that'd be a problem if it's rusting. That'd be a problem.
So Bravo's asking where I'm from in South Louisiana. So I'm from it's not really a little town, medium sized town called New Iberia. It's where they make Tabasco sauce. So it's southeast of Lafayette. I know I still have an accent. I obviously don't have that same accent. I've been away from Louisiana for 18 years. So
Yeah,
still have an accent.
back in coding high school day, he sounded like that guy off of Waterboy.
Yeah, dango dang dang dang.
Yeah. What?
We live to die another day.
I'm gonna quote him on Joe Dirt, but I can't do that on our channel either.
Yeah, see?
Home is where you make
Oh,
it. That's what he said. Home is where you make
no.
it.
Yeah. See, Bravo Tax knows where I'm talking about. Yeah, that's out at the old Navy I guess airfield or whatever they call it, whatever the Navy called it back in the day. Yeah. What'd you do out there? All right, so Misfits talking about the coating on the magazines. So obviously they're having issues according to Misfits, so they're probably going to need to go back to those Gen 1 magazines.
Oh, dang. That's a problem. I'd reach out to him. If you're having an issue, I'd definitely reach out to him. You might be able to get some free mags out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I own a company, and I would want to make it right, especially for self-defense.
For sure.
So I'd reach out to him. Be polite, be respectful, of course. I mean, I know you are Misfit, but this is more for everybody. But be polite, be respectful, and I bet you they try to make it right. At least I would hope so.
Especially Shield, or
Smith and Wesson.
Yeah, Smith and Wesson. I don't know why I couldn't think of that for a second.
Nah, you're right. And if
so
they don't, then that's a better reason to switch over to the dark side and come over to Springfield Armory like this guy.
Maybe.
Nah, you can keep your SIG stuff. Going backwards.
Yeah. So Misfit brought up a good discussion point. So do y'all EDC medical on body or off body?
So me personally, off.
Okay. So I think again the best phrase that we've ever came up with since we started this group is mission will dictate that gear. Your IFAC is something depending on what you're doing. So I have a bag, and unfortunately it's more of a winter bag because I live in Nebraska, but I have a bag that I throw in the back of my Jeep that has all kinds of winter stuff in it and medical stuff. I need to make something smaller for in the summertime, but in the wintertime I'm normally pretty well kitted up in my Jeep for if I get stuck somewhere. But that's like
I mean, we all carry medical stuff on us. If it's that dire, like you have to do something right now, I personally think that I carry enough stuff on me. Like I have a knife. I always carry a knife. My shirt comes off. That's any type of gauze or wound packing or anything that I need for that. I always wear a thick nylon belt. That can definitely be used as a tourniquet. And why I bring up the knife is if I'm not actively using the knife, then you can slide the knife through the belt and then use that as your, I can never say the windage knob, whatever you call it. It starts with a W. The rod on a tourniquet. You can use that to really crank it down. You're going to have to find something else, like if I'm not using the shirt or something else to tie that down so it doesn't unspin. But I mean, you have stuff to make. Yep. Wallets. I can never remember the name of this stupid rod. But you have stuff on you to make it, and that will at least keep somebody alive until somebody can get other stuff or medical can arrive on scene and stuff like that. So that's my personal choice. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. If I didn't look weird carrying an IFAC on my back through Walmart, I guess I'd probably wear it, but I'd look weird. So I'm not trying to draw too much attention to myself.
Yeah, so I have an IFAC for if I'm going to be kitted up and all that, and then normally carry a little Bobo bag in my admin pouch or in my pocket with little Band-Aids or something. Obviously, I'm not going to get my IFAC if I get a little scratch or anything like that. So I recommend getting a nicer, bigger medical kit and having it in your vehicle, because more than likely, unless we get in a post-apocalyptic thing, you're going to have your vehicle somewhere nearby, and then have your IFAC for anything that you're going to do outside your vehicle. But I know some people in their EDC, they carry like those little wallet size IFACs. That's an option.
If you do, great on you. Please don't change it. I just haven't. Wearing blue jeans, I wear blue jeans all the time.
Yeah.
I only have 4 pockets, and real estate is limited.
Sure. Yeah.
But I carry, like Cody, I have a dedicated one in my truck, a dedicated one in my car right now. Every time that I go to the range, if I'm not driving, then the one in my truck come out and goes into my range bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But any situation where you have the means to poke holes, you're gonna want the means to plug holes, in my opinion.
Yep.
But that's a good discussion. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody,
Thanks for the question.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah. So
please don't just ask us either. Keep reading the comments. I do this on my phone, so I can't keep up with it. Cody and Jeff. But put all of your opinion in the comments, because just because we're saying it, don't make it right.
yeah,
You'll
I mean, so Zach brought up a good point. So he says off the body, I can carry more ouchy stuff that way. That's true. So depending on what kind of IFAC pouch you have is really limits what you carry in your IFAC, right?
Mhm.
So that IFAC that Walsh has on all of our videos, I think's a decent size IFAC. So you could fit everything you need to plug your own holes. So,
Mhm.
my opinion, that IFAC's for me. Worst case scenario, I'll use it on Joe if I have to. But Joe should have his own, and if I need to, I'm going to use Joe's IFAC on Joe.
Yep.
So,
Yep. In a bad situation, you should be using other people's gear on them, not your own gear,
yeah,
because your gear is only going to last for one, maybe two people, and then you're out, and then somebody might not be so kind when it comes to having to help you out. But
yeah, and
yeah,
they teach you stuff in the military, like Joe and I were in the Air Force, and we didn't necessarily have medics with the stuff that we were doing. Now we're all trained in what was it called, self aid buddy care and
yep, selfie buddy care.
care under fire, whatever they wanted to change it to. They tried to name it all kinds of cool stuff to make it sound combat related, but
Yeah.
I was fortunate when I was in Afghanistan. We made buddies with some army dudes, and they had a medic. He just so happened to be Air Force, but he was a medic, and he was in a like an army unit, so it was cool.
Yeah.
And he
We
liked
made
hanging out with
sure
us because we didn't make fun of him.
that we made best friend with Dust Off.
Yeah,
At least twice a week, I'd be over at Dust Off, Helo, evac,
yeah, yeah.
medical evac with Helos. I'd be over there at least 2 times a week, just BSing with that guy. They knew my name, they knew my face, they knew that
Bringing
we
them
were the only
ribbons.
guys. Yep, we were the only guy out there, and that Cody brought it up. We would barter, so we were one of the very few team going outside the perimeter. We had access to all of the chow hall food, but we could go get it in bulk. So,
Mhm.
like the chow hall would put out muffin, right? We could go get a whole box of muffin. We could go get all that food in cases of Rippets, and Dust Off couldn't. So we would take. Hey, what do you guys need? Anything? Oh, you need this? Okay, we got you. Oh, peanut butter, like peanut butter. I don't know why a bargaining chip, but it is. Um, so we would bring them like a whole stash of peanut butter, but I'd do one better and go over with our linguist, and we'd go over to the Afghan little hut and get all the breads. Remember them,
Yeah,
Cody? All
yeah,
the breads. It cost me like $2. $2 cheap
yeah.
to save my life. So we'd show up with all the hot bread and all the whole box of peanut butter, and just sit around and BS and everything. They knew all of our call sign. We had their casualty cards. We
Mm.
would pre-brief them before we went outside the wire, saying, "Hey, this is where we're going," and we would just number the spots, right? So then, if we had to call Dust Off, instead of calling in a 10-digit grade code, we just say location one. Sorry, I know that on a tangent,
No,
but
no, that I was. It just brought back memories of going in that little hut
yeah,
where they were
yeah,
making that
yeah.
bread.
And you only go in that hut once, because you walk in that hut and you see the pallets on the
Yeah,
floor. Okay, they're using an old school oven, like a pizza oven, kind of with a pizza like board thing, and they're just bringing it out, and you see the pallets with
it's
cardboard on top of
like a
them.
mud oven.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a mud oven and a mud hut, and they're just flipping it over their shoulder, and the bread landing there, right? And then some guy, local Afghan, is walking around all on the cardboard, picking them up when they get flipped, and then stacking them. And you look down, and he ain't got no shoes on, so you're walking where your bread's sitting with no shoes on, and it just, his hands were extremely dirty, feet were extremely dirty, and I'm like, okay, noted. Never coming in here again. But it'll be about a week before I start eating that bread again. And I did. I ate it again.
best
Yep.
best bread,
Ever.
best fresh bread I've had ever. And I don't know,
Yep.
I've never saw him bringing in the ingredients. I just always saw him pulling out of the oven. Like before that, I don't have a clue where the dough was. Also, probably putting their dirty hands in the dough. Whatever. These people don't have toilet paper. That's a known fact. So whatever. I survived, I guess.
Yep.
I probably should have
Dude,
that in the medical records, but
how many glasses of tea did we drink out of cups that are? They just pour a little bit of water in it, swirl their finger around, dump it out, pour
yeah.
some tea in it. Here you go. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it
can't
had
eat
3
goat.
inches of
I
sugar
can't
in
eat
it too.
goat anymore. Yeah, it did. It was delicious. I can't eat goat anymore after that.
Yeah.
Like I'll never
So
eat
Harry
goat
brings
again.
up a good question. Excuse me, I'm drinking a beverage and it's giving me the burps. So Harry brings up a good question. He says Cody likes Sig, Joe likes Springfield. Thoughts on Glock? Now, I think this is an awesome question. Everybody, is familiar with Glocks, but Joe is a big old Springfield fanboy. But tell him about your thoughts on Glock now.
Okay, so through the years, I've never liked Glocks. I had nothing against them except for my hand shape and their magwell shape. So whenever I get a firearm in the store before I buy a firearm, what I'll do, I'll pick a spot on the wall, I'll look at it, and then I'll close my eyes. I'll bring the firearm up into my shooting stance, pointed, kind of towards where I'm looking. And then I open my eyes and I close my non-dominant eye. I should be able to see kind of both sides, right? That's your natural point of aim. I probably do that 5 or 6 times, see how close it is. With Glock, I've always been to where the rear sight, I'm going to way over exaggerate this. If this is the rear of the gun, I've always been to where like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking over the rear sight, I see the front sight, and I could never get it. That was back when I was looking at Springfield Armory, the original XDs. I mean, I'm talking 2006 ish, 2008, somewhere around there when I bought my XD. So I didn't like them. Never really liked them. Saw a couple Glocks. Like in Afghanistan, we had somebody come out and shoot with us, brand new gun. His sight fell off. His front sight just fell off, and just little stuff like that, right? So, I've always just kind of ragged on people with Glocks. I will say this: the stuff that I'm going through now, I won't get in detail, but the stuff that I'm going through now, we had to use a Glock Gen 5, a Generation 5 Glock. It had a RMR, a true RMR brand on it with suppressor height night sights on it, and I shot that thing amazingly. I have a completely different newfound respect for Glock. It fired every time. I might have had a couple malfunction. We shot 3,000 rounds of brand new gun. I might have had a couple malfunction, but I couldn't tell you if them were self-induced or not. We're in training, so it is what it is. But I can tell you that my natural point of aim with the Gen 5s, I really like it. It's a really good gun. I had somebody else shoot it not too long ago, and they really liked it. So yeah, I'm kind of changing my opinion now. If I'm going to go out and buy a gun, I'm probably going to stick with Springfield because it's what I know. Their warranty, and I think that you get a little bit more bang for your buck when you buy, like, even Sig. I'd probably buy a Sig over it, but the aftermarket world for Glock is like no other.
Yeah.
They've gotten to where they fit my hand better, and it's probably the most common handgun in the world, I want to say, at least in the United States for sure. So zombie apocalypse time and you need parts, you can probably find them, and they're really good at interchanging parts, right,
Mm-hmm.
Cody? So you can take a slide from one and put it on the frame of another, like a 17 and 19, or I don't know, a 22. I don't know all the numbers, but yeah. I mean, I shot a Glock 45, so it's not 45 caliber, 9 mil caliber. but I think quote me, tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it's one or the other. So it's the little bit smaller slide with the full size frame. So what's the full size frame? Glock 17 and a Glock 19
I think it's a
slide, or
43X,
vice
right?
versa. Huh?
The 43X or something like that is or something crazy.
I don't know.
So
But it's like
I have a
it's the 17 and 19 married together
right.
with a true RMR cut from Glock, and
Yeah.
it was really good. I actually really enjoyed shooting that gun.
So I have a Gen 3 Glock 19 that's in my bedroom. That's my oldest handgun. Obviously I have older rifles, but that's the first handgun I bought when I became an adult. So it's been my go-to forever. I only became a SIG boy because of what I did in the military. So kind of to change subject. So Misfit talks about his bringing a bag and it's got a boo boo kit and an IFAC. I got to get you out of them skinny jeans, Misfit. Those aren't good for your manhood, man. You're cooking all your babies. That's science. I'm not gonna get into that. Yeah, Vertex. So I know I
So
kind of.
I think I'm a little confused because an IFAC daily. Yeah, so when I
He's
think
just saying he
everyday
brings the
carry,
bag with all.
yeah, when I think everyday carry,
Yeah.
I think like if you won't see me without it. Like you won't see me without this. You won't see me without my wallet or most of the time my gun. 99% of the time my gun. Um but if I'm leaving the house, I'm driving my vehicle, I have my IFAC in the vehicle. I just don't carry it into Walmart with me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, some people take that EDC thing quite literally. That's what I mean. Some people carry it on in their person, and like Joe was saying, if you wear jeans, that can be difficult, but at least have it in your vehicle. So this
Mm.
is like this is a fishing bag. It's a sling bag. Got all my fishing gear in it. Um, I can't remember what the name brand is. It's like First Tactical or something like that. It's a cool
Yeah.
backpack. I'll figure out what the name of it is and I'll put it in the comments somewhere.
Amazon had great little bags like that
Yeah, I
for
forgot
cheap.
who I was telling it. Yeah, we bought we have little diaper bags in all the vehicles, and it's just little $20 sling bags that I bought from Amazon.
Mhm.
Like I'm not doing those Gucci bags for the babies and like
No. Go
no.
on to Amazon and type in tactical backpack. But thanks for sharing, Misfit. We definitely appreciate
Yeah.
sharing.
Yep. I agree with that. So Bravo Tax says everyone
Mhm.
needs a complete IFAC with multiple tourniquets.
Yeah. Think about it. You have 4 limbs that you could put tourniquets on, and you might need multiple per limb. So even if you're just about saving yourself, think about that, and then think about your spouse or your family member that you're with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The more tourniquets you can afford, the better. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So Harry talks about needing one for his belt. So go back. Uh, I wish I could. I wish I knew which one right off the top of my head, but there's several videos that Walsh did in particular where he talks about uh, the IFAC that we have with Grim Hunter Tactical, right, Joe?
Mhm. Yeah.
Grim Hunter Tactical makes the outer carrier. I think they even have
Do you
an
want me to
inner
grab mine?
carrier. Yeah, if you
I
don't
have
mind.
it down here somewhere.
So again, I'm sorry, I'm a rookie. If I was as good as Walsh is, I would already have the discount code and all that stuff. But if you go on our website, we do have a discount code for Grim Hunter Tactical. They made this IFAC kit for us. So go check that out. Go check out the videos. I know I even talked about it in like my gun belt video that I did last year. So it's a good little piece of kit.
Yeah, if you're talking about your battle belt, yes.
Yeah.
Your normal belt that you wear to Walmart, no, too big.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
unless
pretty
you want
big.
to look cool like that. But as one stretchable loops through the top, it has a quick disconnect here, and then it's just a 6x6 Velcro So then if this is on your back, you can rip this off. I don't have anything in it right now. I have other bags, and it's a 6x6 with Velcro on the back. It has some straps in here and stuff, but you don't need a lot. Look at your medical training, and that you shouldn't be carrying stuff that you don't know how to use, because in bad situation, you're not going to be able to think to figure it out. So a lot of people over carry medical gear, in my opinion. If you're a medic, then I'll bring you a truck full of gear.
Yeah.
I'm not a medic. So what do I need? I need gauze, tourniquets. I mean, honestly, that's what I need. I need some sort of water source in case, something in eyes and stuff like that. But, when they're in testing and stuff out on the ground, you're not going to move that person stateside. You're not going to do that. So you don't need I need to get the with water and put it on top and then put dressing over top. Oh, I need a SAMI splint. Why are you going to keep the SAMI splint out of there? Keep it out. If you don't need that stateside, in my opinion. opinion.
No, I agree.
If somebody has, what is it when they're protruding, Cody? What fracture? I can't think. Compound. I don't know what I call, but where the fracture of the bone protruding out.
Yep.
You're not going to move that person. You're going to call 911. You might need a tourniquet if it hits something important on a way out of the body. But what else do you need? Honestly, the nasopharyngeal neural thingamajigger. You're not going to be sticking that in somebody's face stateside. You're really not.
That's one thing, but the whole collapsed lung thing and the needle decompression and all that.
I'm going to do a needle decompression. Go ahead and try that. I know they're the Good Samaritan laws, but come on. We have a friend. Cody and I have a friend. Had a collapsed lung. I was with him on the motorcycle accident. How many? 11 broken ribs, 7 fractured vertebrae. One of the vertebrae went blown out. Collapsed lung. They life flighted him out of there, said that he wouldn't make it to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't stick him with a needle because of a collapsed lung. I didn't do it. You're not going to be doing that stuff unless you're medically trained. And if you're medically trained, you're not taking any advice on what medical gear that we're telling you to bring. So
but
if
Harry,
you're trained, if you're an EMT, do it. If you're not, take all that stuff out. Just pack. This should have 8 tourniquets and just some rags and some combat gauze in it. What else? Comment in the description what else I should put in this besides that.
Yeah. Also, so Harry, go check out Grim Hunter Tactical. Look for I forget what they call that. I know they do shout us out in the description of that thing, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Walsh got with him.
Yeah.
I know that this changed. They put this on top instead of trying to fit the tourniquet, shove it inside.
And then the little loops in the front.
Yeah, all the for marker, chem lights, whatever you want to put in it. They're all elastic. They're all stretchy. Pretty cool bag. I like it.
What's up, Aubrey? Good to see you, brother.
I like it.
It probably did, honestly. So Harry said the feet, when we were talking about the Afghani bread, made it more tasty. Yeah,
probably.
I mean, bro, there was stuff I saw out there that would make anybody's skin crawl.
Mm-hmm.
So Misfit, so he's saying not to get political, but he would like to know how we feel about what's happening in Afghanistan. Joe, I'll let you go first.
Okay, not to get political. So I'm torn. I'm 50-50. While I was there, I saw a lot of good people that needed help. I'm glad that I was there to help. Anytime that I'm there, I'm glad that I'm there to help, especially because, in my opinion, we were there for the right reason after 9/11. But also, when I saw all the people that needed help, for every person that I saw that needed help, I also saw somebody that could have been helping holding up a wall. And what I mean by that was standing up against a wall, just watching. So you'd roll into a village and the village would say, the Arbab, the village elder, would tell you about all the problem and how they need their, what are they called? Cody, the wells. I'm having a brain fart. What do they always need dug out?
Waddies, right?
Is that what they needed? No, wadi's just
It's like
a dried up river.
Yeah.
They don't need anyway. They're all the underground water sources. They don't need that dug out and stuff. And I'm looking, and there's 30 able-bodied just standing up against a wall. And one time in a village, there was a shovel next to them.
Mm-hmm.
That Arbub didn't like it too much when I said, "Well, good thing you have all the people standing right by some shovels. What else do you need? We're here to help you with things that you can't help yourselves with, not things that you can." So yeah, it's hard. I never want to see people suffer. The way that this went done, I personally don't agree with it. I think without getting political, I think 2 prior presidents declared that they were going to do this, and then when it came down to put your money where your mouth is, they backed out of it. And I think a good idea. From the last I heard, our number over there were 3,500. I don't know why we pulled 3,500 people out of an entire country when we were holding it down pretty well. The last known casualty from the enemy that I heard about was January of 2020. So I compare that to somewhere like Germany, where we definitely have more than 3,500 U.S. military member in Germany. And I'm pretty sure more people have died in Germany from vehicle accident and getting drunk than in Afghanistan. I don't know why that decision was made. It really sucks. Ben Shapiro, I think, or no, the Hodge twin, the conservative twin, I think, I was watching their video, and they said it really well. That video of the C-17, there was a lot of males trying to jump on that plane. That they had family, they had wives, kids, moms, dads, brothers, whatever. They all had family. And where are they at? Like, you're trying to jump on the plane and get out of here. Where were they? I think that it's a terrible situation, and I would never want to see anybody go through it. But I do think that there's a point where you have to stand up and take care of your own. I think that that's ingrained in our culture and not ingrained in everybody's culture. And I hope that changes. I'm about to retire. With all that being said, I'm about to retire. And if they said, "Oh crap, we made a mistake and we need any able-bodied volunteer to go back and reclaim," I'd be the first one to raise my hand. I'd probably be divorced. My wife would probably, well, if I even made it to the plane, she'd probably kill me. But I'd be the first to go back and help. Just because some people aren't willing to stand up and help others doesn't mean that I'm not. Hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with all that. Obviously, there was some strategic mistakes that just me being out there, I wouldn't have done. Like, I wouldn't have gave anyone else Bagram Air Force Base or Bagram Air Base. I would have kept that until all of our Americans and our allies and anybody else that we want out of that country was gone. And then I would be like, peace. All that equipment that we left behind, I realized, they were trying to leave it for the 300,000 Afghani soldiers that we trained up. That's all been turned over to the Taliban. So even if we do go back into that country, guess what? They just got a weapons upgrade like tenfold. They were using Russian era weapons against us
that we gave them. Yeah, that we gave them.
Yeah. So now they got
nobody
it all.
we helped Afghanistan when they were fighting the Russian. That was Russia's Vietnam.
Yeah, we were helping the Mujahideen. I'm not saying that right because I don't talk right, but we were helping them dudes fight the Russians and giving them weapons, and we just gave them the biggest upgrade ever. Like, in the GTA cheat code, all weapons cheat code, we just gave that to the Taliban.
Yeah, and anyway, not just that, not just to use against them, but also do research on. When we first went into the places, everybody was rolling around in Humvees. It took a lot of research to design stuff to combat some of the threats that we were seeing over there, and now they have all the equipment that they need for testing, and it's just a bad situation. I don't want to see anybody go through it. Personally, I wish it didn't happen, but on the flip side, I do understand that maybe it's not somewhere we can be forever, and the Taliban are patient people.
Yeah, obviously.
They've been doing this. They've been doing this since biblical times.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. Like, BC, they've been doing this. This is just everything that they've known, and it's a culture thing. You have to know the culture. If anybody like, well, I would do this, yeah, you would, and I'm glad that you live in the United States and you were brought up that way, and that's ingrained in you, because that's what I'm proud of when I say I'm an American. I'm proud of that heritage, and I'm proud of that just mentality that most American have. That's not the case everywhere.
So here's something to consider. So we all say, why don't these guys fight for their country, right, as a whole? So one thing that a lot of people misinterpret is those guys don't have the concept of a country, right? So there's so many different tribes of these people. They believe in their leadership for their tribe. Their senior guy that lives in their village. That's who they look to. That's who they get information from. And then they watch YouTube, and they get stupid information from there about the outside world. But really, they listen to the leader and whoever's providing them money. So guess who? So we go into a village, right? As Americans, we build them a school. We dig a hole and put wells in there. We give them supplies. Guess who's in there as soon as we leave? Guess who's in there? The Taliban. They're taking the money. They're taking whatever we gave them, medical supplies, whatever it may be. They're taking that stuff from those people. Yeah. And there's nobody to stand up to them.
And nobody has the answer, because if we had the answer, some of our major cities wouldn't be in the condition that they're in.
Right.
Nobody has the answer. Yeah.
They don't understand, oh, I need to stand up for my country. Now, you see a couple of people on TV, like, kissing the Afghani flag and all that stuff. That, okay, but they don't understand that like we do. They don't take pride.
And
they don't take pride in their flag and in their own countrymen.
Some of them are getting there. There was a bunch of people, from what I understand. I've been trying to stay out of this a lot, because it's near and dear to my heart, and they'll just make me mad. But there was a big group carrying and flying the pre-Afghan flag prior to the Taliban, and the Taliban just gotten building higher than them and open fire in the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, we have. I don't care what your political opinion is, but here in the United States, where we're safe and we have all the rights and our First Amendment, whatever side you're on, there's a lot of people that won't bring up their political stuff. I mean, look how we're dancing around it right now, here in the United States. So it's harder than what people think. I met some great people over there. I hope they're doing okay, but it was the same thing in Iraq when I was there. I met some great people there too, and I hope that they're doing okay. But since I left, I never had interaction with them again.
Yeah, it's touchy, right? So I think we're kind of feeling with what our Vietnam veterans went through, right? So they went over there. They knew in their heads what they were doing, what the cause was, what the outcome they wanted to have. And then when they came back, they got called all kinds of names, and they got shamed for doing what they were doing out there. And obviously, we got the hero's welcome when we came back, but now we're kind of dealing with something similar. Like, people are like, oh, we lost the Vietnam War. It was all for nothing. So, a lot of us are trying to cope with that right now. Like, Were we out there for nothing? What, did we go out there and complete the mission? That's something now that a lot of us are having to think about. So
Yeah. The
uh,
best thing that I can do is for anybody that has an opinion on it, come up with an argument for the other side, and maybe you'll see it a different way. I don't think that we should have pulled out. I don't think that. But then the first question that I'm going to ask myself is, well, then how long are we going to stay? Because the people are embedded within the village. They're not going to come out and say that. They're embedded in the mountain. They're
yeah,
everywhere, and you are not going to get rid of it even through 50 generations of being there. So how long are we going to be there?
yeah.
I
And
don't have
so
an answer
understand
for
it.
that. So then my argument that we should have stayed and kind of mute now.
Yeah. I know most of the guys that watch our stuff, they know that, the Taliban and all the terrorists, they don't follow the rules, right? So these dudes aren't walking around in like Taliban uniforms or have a special little patch on their man jams that identifies them as a terrorist or as a combatant, right? So we had to trust people when we were out there to identify these people to us. And so we made these relationships with some people. We had to trust that they were telling us the truth, and they were risking their lives. These Afghanis were risking their lives to get the bad dudes out of their villages. So I can't even
Some
imagine.
villages, other villages just said no, no,
Right?
nothing
Yeah, yeah,
here, and then there's somebody digging a hole on your way out trying to
yeah,
set you up. So
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I
I
think
mean,
we
I
beat
had
that
this.
dead horse.
I have a bracelet on my wrist. It was six of Joe and I's, you know, brothers and sisters. They got ambushed, and they were set up by, you know, their, their interpreter or one of their sources. So, this stuff, it hits close. It hits close to our heart. I mean, I was watching, what is it, Lunker TV. He's a vet. I watched what he said about it, and I got emotional. Like, you know, I had to take a minute, catch my breath. This it's hitting your buddies out there. I'll tell you that. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I just wore my shirt for them the other day, Cody.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll
Grunt style. That's why I wear grunt style everything. When we lost that team, I was just getting into grunt style a little bit, and I reached out to grunt style, and they helped me make a custom shirt in memory of our fallen brother and sisters, and put it on their website for I think 30 or 60 days, something like that, for anybody that wanted one to be able to go in and order. And I'm like, do you know what? That's a stand up company. So that's why you'll
yeah.
see me with grunt style on all the time.
No, Chad brings up a good point. He says, as a veteran myself, I think we need to focus on America and not police the rest of the world. I 100% agree with that. Now, one thing that we do differently than anybody else in the world is we'll go in there and kick your ass, right? And we'll try to help you stand back up, and then we'll give you your keys back, right? Here's your country. Don't mess up, or we'll be back. That's just how we've always done it. We don't go and take over. We don't own Vietnam. We don't own Korea. We have a presence. We
All
have
of
a
Europe.
presence there. Yeah, we obviously have a strategic presence in these areas, but um, I mean, uh, the British owned half of the world at one point, as they're just running around kicking everybody's butts. We don't do that, and I agree with you 100%. We don't need to police the world. We need to protect ourselves.
Right. It's
Uh, we
hard.
were
Go
we
ahead.
were
I'm sorry,
doing
Jim.
that in a in an offhanded way. We were doing that in Afghanistan, right? Uh, we
Yeah.
were we were kicking them. We are kicking their butts for 20 years, and I mean, we had a couple of little terrorist flare ups every once in a while, but we didn't have another 9/11. And God forbid that happens again, but it's a possibility because all of the dudes that Joe and I locked up are out. They're running around. So all the bad dudes that we put somewhere, unless they were in the ground, they're out now. So
And I'll say this, and then we'll get off the topic. I think we're beating a dead horse, but
I think we
I
are.
think it all depends on perspective. If you look at it from the 10,000 foot view, like we say in the Air Force, right? If you look it down from the 10,000 foot view, yes, I agree with that. We need to figure out what we're doing here before, and I won't even say before. We don't really need to be meddling in everybody else's stuff, because if somebody from another country came into my country and told me how to live, that's what Red Dawn was created on. So from the 10,000 foot view, I completely understand. If you look at it down at ground level, where you're the thing that broke my heart with that video of the young females pleading with the U.S. forces to please don't go, to let them go. They need to get out of there, because you know exactly what's going to happen to the women. Every single one of the women it's going to be bad for them. It's going to be very bad. So if you look at it from 10,000 feet, that's my stand too. But if I start looking at it from ground level and the individual of all the innocent people, my heart breaks so bad for them that I would definitely be their shield. So it all depends on perspective. Sorry, I'll get choked up, man.
No,
But yeah,
I saw a video today where they were passing little babies over the uh, the wire, trying to give them to the Americans, right? Just throwing them over the barrier, hoping that my baby's gonna survive and go somewhere safe.
yeah.
I can't imagine being in that frame of mind.
Until you've seen somebody stoned to death because they learn how to read, you don't understand. Until you see a 12-year-old given to somebody given to a 50-year-old and a wife, you don't understand. You don't understand. Go look at your daughter in the face, and when she, just barely hitting puberty, and think about giving her over to a 50-year-old that already had 5 women in their house.
Yeah.
And not having any say in it. That's the thing. Not having any say in it. If you say anything, your whole family is dead. And it's not an honorable death. We know that. We know the public execution, the public beating, the decapitation. We know all that. And if you think that your family, that your life, the life for your daughter went bad before, now your whole family is going to deal with that life. It's hard, man. Yeah. Anyway. All right.
No.
Next topic.
I think we knew we were going to get into that eventually.
Yeah.
It's still.
I'm glad we got it out of the way. What is today? Today, the 19th. So from here on out, if anybody asks a question, be like, go watch the live video on the 19th of August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we're almost to an hour, so let's get off the subject. Dang. Let's end this on a positive note. We save all of our positivity for Thursday nights at 8:30. So definitely don't want to go off sad. Obviously, we're thinking about our brothers and sisters out there, but let's talk about something else. We could talk about.
If you know somebody that was in the military, you need to reach out to them right about now, because some people will see it in at least I kept people from harm for the time that I'm there, and some people will see it in everything that I gave up for this was all for nothing, and they might need your help. Yeah. Know your crisis hotlines before you reach out to them. Know your suicide hotlines before you reach out to them, and reach out to them. Be that good friend.
Yeah, and not only that, if they don't want to talk to somebody like that, like on a professional level, you give them our email address, and I'll make contact with them, and I'll chat with them. I think, like Joe's saying, we need to have a chat and just get it out, open our hearts up. I still, obviously, I've been retired for over a year, but I still think about my brothers and sisters in arms every day. I got this flag behind me. It means the world to me. Joe means the world to me. You guys mean the world to me. But, at the end of the day, we got to protect ourselves and keep our families safe. So, anyway.
Videos. So you're going to see me in a couple of videos. You're normally like, Joe, what do you have coming up? And I'm like, well, at some point I need to go shoot plates. At some point I need to revisit the the ride-on optic that I didn't put on the Hellcat. I didn't like the way it fit on the Hellcat. I need to revisit that. That wasn't fair to ride on. At some point, I need to shoot rounds out of that trigger that I had.
Mm-hmm.
All three of those.
Did you not do that this past weekend?
Yeah, scratch it off the list. I have accomplished all three of those. So now I only have one thing that I need to do, and that's 6mm arc. And hopefully I will be scratching that off the list in the next 14 days.
There you go, Misfit.
If you want to see any of, I'm terrible at editing. I'm sorry. I'll explain it more next live chat. But some of the video that I had got corrupted. I didn't like the way that it turned out, so I did a voiceover over video that I had already taken, and it didn't line up for the trigger. Go ahead, throw it in the comment. I don't care if you dog me for it. I did the best that I could, but that trigger, you're going to want to see that video. I'm normally not a trigger guy. You all know that. Mil spec all the way. I don't care. That trigger, amazing. And I am trying my hardest to get named JJ from Gunfighter on the show next week. So if you guys are around next Thursday, I should have the TacCon trigger, one of the TacCon trigger reps on this show to talk about that trigger. That's how much I liked it. I've only had one guest on this show for the entire time we've been doing this, and that's the dude that made that awesome coffee table that I have.
Yeah,
because that thing amazing.
That was a cool show. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. So yeah, trigger coming out. Plates are coming out probably this week. Walsh has a handful with the editing for the ride-on stuff because I suck at making videos. Maybe that will drop next week towards the weekend, hopefully. Walsh is busy, that's why I'm not here. But yeah, I checked some boxes for y'all.
Nice. Hey, Chad, on your question. So he's asking for an extra large or a plate carrier for extra large plates. So if you go look at Walsh's video that he put out this week, that and I'm not gonna say this right. I know he got some hate in his thing about mispronouncing it, but the Agilite, I think it's Agilite. I don't know. K19 plate carrier. I saw there's some adjustability in there for different size plates. That might be an option. I'd recommend sending us an email, and we'll send it over to Walsh and have him talk directly to you. He's obviously got way more experience with these different plate carriers.
Yeah. Or come up with a budget. Come up with your mission set, a budget, and ask him on the next live video. But we need those two things. If you tell me I only have $100, then I'm going to tell you, well, see if LA Police Gear carrier fits your plates. That's what I'm going to tell you.
That's the key thing for him is the extra large plates. But I know that makes it a little more difficult to find what you're looking for. But
and measure them.
We should be able to help.
I think the extra large are like 13 by something, but just in case, measure the plates. Have that info for Walsh. Either send it in an email or throw it in the chat on our next live chat, and then everybody can learn from it.
Yeah. So Misfit's asking me about the kayak. Still not here. That doesn't mean I can't do my little fishing video. I want to do like a fishing intro video to kind of test the waters, literally, to see even if you guys are going to like it. So
that's why Cody held up that brand new backpack. He called it a fishing bag that you could tell I've never been outside.
Bro, but it's full of fishing gear.
That's where we at. That's where. Oh yeah, you had a bunch of airsoft stuff too. How'd that go?
Yeah. Not good. Joe knows me too well, unfortunately. So there you go, Zach saying the K19 is fantastic. Unfortunately I don't know any particulars about extra large plate carriers or anything like that, but Walsh would probably be able to help you. Even if we don't have any like that, he may be able to find you one. But shoot us an email.
Cody and I are the guy that would be like, hey, grab them 2 phone books and that roll of duct tape. Go.
Yeah.
And then we just go out. Like, we don't get in the weeds like Walsh does. That's why he's the expert on it. He's our subject matter expert on belts and plate carriers. That's why we give him so much heck.
Yeah. So Misfit's asking if you decided on a bolt action or a 2011.
No, I've been looking at them both. I'm actually looking at Rock Island for the 2011. I know they don't call it a 2011. It's like a 1911 9 mil double stack, what they call it. That's a big heavy gun. And then I'm looking up some video and trying to find some price on the Ruger Precision rifle. Best price I could find, about 1,500. Haven't made a decision.
You know, and what's funny is when you're
Need
not
to.
looking for that thing, they have it at the BX.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna find it now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, their stuff is starting to come back in stock. I just went in halfers with Sean from We Like Shooting with a 9 mil ammo.
Mhm.
If Brownell had 1,000, it was a good brand too. I forget what brand. Two different grains, like 124. I don't remember, but two different grain options. 9 mil, brass case for I think like 440, right around there, $440 for 1,000 rounds, so under 50 cents a round.
Yeah.
So
Walsh and I did one. Like I don't remember. I think I paid him like $200, so it was probably $400. We got it. Excuse me. 1,000 rounds of 9 mil before all of this kicked off. But
yeah, I
that's
think with
not
shipping
bad.
and stuff, we came out with shipping and everything. We came out to just shy of 500. So with
Yeah.
shipping and everything, we paid about 50 cents a round.
Yeah. So I fell
It's coming.
victim to a YouTube, or I'm sorry, I think it was Facebook, like a Facebook ad. What is this shit? I don't remember the name of this thing.
Oh, neither.
Sorry. Anyway,
You've
they
seen
had
it.
it on.
If you look at gun stuff, you've seen it on
Yeah. So
Instagram or Facebook.
this has like a little some Molly straps, right? And then this goes on your buffer tube, and it's got a place for a QD. And I did ask the first time I saw the video, first comment I put is like, "Hey, does that work for left-handed people?" So you could put it either way. So you put it on your pew pew gun. It's got this little piece here, and you put this on your belt or your plate carrier, and you can just slide it on there, boop, and it clicks in there. Haven't tried it yet, but I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's great for people that just want to run a wolf hook or a 1 point sling, but you need to do something with your gun to access both hands. I just want it so then I can take my AR pistol and put it on my belt like a pistol ghost. That's what I want it for.
Yep. And they show
So if Cody
videos of a
doesn't
guy.
like it, I hope Cody doesn't like it, so then I can buy it off of him for 50%
They're not expensive.
off.
I don't
It don't
remember.
matter.
Yeah.
Well, then it'll be really cheap when it's 50% off.
Right. Okay, so Bravo Tac has Gearshan for the 2011. You ever heard of that?
Dang, I'm gonna forget that. Yeah.
I'll write it down.
Yeah, thanks. I have a pen in my hand. I fidget, but I don't have anything to write on.
I do too. I'm surprised y'all don't hear me clicking all this crap I got on my desk.
I try not to click. It drives people nuts. But over here, why I keep my hand over here, I'm just sitting here fidgeting with my pen.
So Bravo, if I had the skills, I haven't tried it yet, but if I had the skills to pull it up and then still do the video thing, I would, but I'd probably drop this whole broadcast.
Yeah. Next thing you know, we'll have Taliban on our show, dude. Like, Cody, what are you doing?
Yeah. So I'll promise I'll practice for next time, and I'll be able to pull up some cool stuff that you guys bring up to us. But we are over our hour, so unless you guys
do we have more comments to go through?
No, man, I'm at the bottom. I skipped a couple because they were talking about, like, Zach was talking about the Dolphins and nothing too crazy.
I agree, Bologna. I agree. I'm still staying strong. The first ammo I bought, but I ripped through between some testing that I've done that I can't talk about or else will kill me, and a couple of the optic video that I've done. I've ripped through 500 rounds. It's like, man, I need to replenish these. So as soon as it went below 50 cents, then I caved. I'm sorry.
All right. Bravo's talked me into it. I'm gonna pull this up and see what happens. If we if I drop this whole show,
Yeah, then they want time to leave anyway. So
yeah, I mean we're over an hour, so
mhm.
pulling it up real quick to see what we can see here.
Now we're on their
Okay,
time, Cody. The first hour our time. Now we're on their time.
that's true. We did kind of get our business out of the way here.
Yeah. We got movement. Cody could become an IT guy.
Bro, so okay.
You can't do worse than Walsh in some circumstances. Okay, that's how you make one picture big.
I don't know how
I hope
it,
everybody at home is just dying laughing right now, and not just us. I'm sorry. It's hilarious to me. No, I'll look them up. I really appreciate the suggestion. I'll look them up. I was looking up competition rifle for under. I guess I don't shoot competition, but I guess there's a class of gun that the rifle has to be under. Cody,
yes.
you what the heck? You learned it, dude.
Did that work?
Yeah, I can see what you're looking at. You might
Okay.
want to minimize all your lower windows that you shouldn't be looking at.
I don't have nothing up there.
Yeah, I know, but you looked, didn't you?
Huh?
You looked. You looked. You got scared for a second.
No, I knew.
Your heart dropped.
So anyway,
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Anyway, the class of rifle, the rifle has to be under $2,000. So there's quite a few. I was watching probably like 6 different rifles that are $1,999.99 to be in that bracket, but they're really good rifle. But I think the what is that, 1911? Yeah, it might just be some company call it. Have anybody heard of Bull? BUL? Like I'm looking at their little compact carry. Like it's a Bull SAS ultra lightweight 2 or something like that. It has a sick fluted barrel, all kinds of stuff. 1911. It's like a little baby gun, like big as my XD Mod 2. Double stack 9mm 1911. It looks awesome, but I can't find them anywhere.
Yeah,
those look more like Berettas.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm so close to the screen. I'm on my phone, so the screen, like the picture, like this big. And
so
I'm
where
really
is this out
interested.
of?
I don't know.
Obviously from overseas somewhere.
Yeah, it have to be if they're cloning. Finding somebody to import them might be an issue, but I'll take a look at it. I'll look on their site, see if there's something that I can find. If you have, Go Bravo, if you have experience with one of their gun, let us know, and I'll go from there.
This almost looks Turkish with this G with the little U on it.
Mm-hmm. Probably is. That Desert Eagle? No, 1911. See how small my picture? Or I thought that silver, longer slide 1911 with Desert Eagle from back here.
Yeah. Some cool looking little guns though.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What else do y'all have? We're gonna let you all close this live session out. So once you guys are done talking, you guys are ready to go to bed, then we're gonna close this out. Well, I can't stay all night, but
so Zach's saying he's heard of Bull. Okay,
yeah.
okay. So Zach's saying it's an Israeli company.
Yeah, it is. It's an Israeli gun, but I can't find anybody that imports them. Not in my area. Zach, you're from my area because I know you. So if you know of a gun store that carries Bull stuff, let me know because their tiny little carry 1911 that looks amazing, dude. The barrel is so fluted; it looks like it has spikes on it. Yeah, pull it up. You know how to do it now.
What is it, Bull?
Yeah, BUL. Just type in BUL firearm and then go to their 2011, not 1911s. If you know a gun store that sells them, let me know. Let me see what this says. Beretta clone for like 400. That is a good price. That is a good price. I hate when gun company. I'm gonna go on a little side excursion. I hate when gun companies just because they sell it, they get a military contract and they sell it to the military, the price doubles. Yeah, has anybody noticed that with SIG? the 320 was supposed to be super cheap, and then all of a sudden, get a military contract, you make it tan and add a safety to the side, which I don't want. And that gun, what, $700, $800?
Mhm.
What is it? The 17? Is that M17? Is that it, Cody?
The 17 and 18.
Yeah. I hate when companies do that. The Beretta used to be a good price gun until it got adopted. Yeah,
Oh, there we
same
go.
thing happened to SIG too. Are you gonna pull that thing up so people can see the awesome little handgun?
Well, I was trying to find one that was not Rainer. Here we go. I found it. All right.
Yeah. But it's weird. I'll explain it while you're pulling up the. It's a 2-piece lower slide. Yeah, go to their 2011s. It's a 2-piece lower slide, and on the second piece, like where the magwell is and stuff, it's polymer, which kind of ain't cool, but I mean it's still a 1911, which I
Oops,
like.
that was just the parts. Here we go. Here we go. We're
You
getting
found
somewhere,
it.
boys.
Okay, look for the ultra lightweight. I think in down bottom right, maybe. It's the
Coming
tiny one.
soon.
Yeah, click on that. Pull up a picture of that. You got to see the barrel in that thing. Look at
Oh
the
wow.
barrel in that thing. It's so fluted. It just looks cool and it's tiny. And they're
Yeah,
gonna make an optic ready version.
that's pretty slick looking.
Yeah, it's gonna be tiny. And it's like, what is it, Cody? You have the specs up. It's like 15 plus 1 and 9 mil. And people are, I mean, people get paid for their YouTube videos, so you gotta take it with a grain of salt. That's where we started ours, but
Yeah.
people are saying that it's super smooth and it's as good as a competition gun. And the one that he pulled up previous to this is going to run about $1,000 ish for the non-optic ready.
This one.
Yeah, no, the little baby one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, it's like 990 or something like that. If you scroll down, are there more pictures? No. Or Cody, internet is that slow?
That's quite possible.
Yeah, it's one or the other. But yeah, I mean, there are plenty of YouTube video. People have already gotten them and shot them. I just can't find one. So that's kind of going into the mix too. I mean, that's kind of under a 2011, right? It's not a full size, but I'd carry that. Would you carry that, Cody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
Nothing
gonna
sent
take
freedom
something
like getting shot in the face with a 1911, no matter where it's made.
from Israel.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What else we got?
the Gershon is
They are
Turkish.
Turkey. Yeah. Good call,
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sig has.
Sig has. You're right. They have. It's just go look at any, even of the full metal Sigs. Go look at any of them, and then look at the 228 because a military contract, right? 228, Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Go look at the 228 compared to any of their other full metal frames, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then they did the same thing with the 320, with the military version of it. They doubled the price.
Yeah, because I think they knew, there are people out there that collect
Military
military
weapons.
stuff. Yeah, so they knew that they were going to make some money with that, and they also knew that they were making a boatload of money from the military because the military is paying, hand over fist for these weapons that they probably could have got cheaper off the street.
Yeah, but what gets me is a company, in my mind, a company is never going to sell something that they take a loss on unless the loss already exists, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they've already scratched it off. They're going to try to recoup as much as they can. The 228s or the M11 that we had in the military paid $360-ish for each of those. And then you go to a gun store and try to buy one, and it's over $1,000. That's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit crazy on the markup, in my opinion. I wanted to buy one because I got gear. I have holster that I have bought. I have extra mags. I have all this stuff that, like, man, all I need is a gun, and this thing is completely decked out and set up. And then I saw the prices, and I'm like, "There's no way I'm buying a 228 for that."
Yeah.
No
So
way.
I have a 226, and it's in 40, which I made that mistake. But I do have the 22 long rifle conversion kit. But with it being a 40, it's wider. The slide is wider, and it doesn't fit in any of my holsters. So
Mm-mm.
like I wanted to punch myself in the face for doing that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Other question done?
yeah, they're dying down. They're still kind of.
Yeah.
But like I've said before, like if you can get Uncle Sugar to buy you some gear, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
You
But
know.
I will say, like I said, I mean, for the M11, they were only paying $360 a gun. And find
Yeah.
any gun, let alone a full metal frame and a reliable gun for $360, and I'll buy one right now.
Yeah. Well, if any
So
of you guys out there are SIG fans and want a 228, just wait a couple months. I bet you the market's going to get flooded here in a little bit.
nah,
You don't think so?
nah. From our agency,
Yeah.
a pebble of sand on a beach in Florida.
Oh, no doubt. But there's going to be more than you've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah. There'll be three used one at or two used one at your big gun store in your town,
Yeah.
which you've
But
never seen a used one. So, but don't buy the one that I use. 'Cause that thing got rode into the ground.
dude, the one that I took with me to Afghanistan, still had West Germany on it.
Nice.
So that's old.
Yeah. Yep. Mine had a roll pin that broke, but I wasn't gonna turn
Oh,
it
they
in.
all
'Cause
do.
I wouldn't get it back.
They all do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sights were caved
Those
in.
things are notorious for that.
I learned how to point shoot because of that gun. The rear sight was caved in on one side, and Adam didn't want to fix it. I learned how to point
Yeah.
shoot with that. Shot expert by point shooting.
No, so Bravo Tech, I think Sig figured it out with the 320. So there you can get all the different calibers, but the slide is still going to be the same size. But in the full, metal guns, they didn't have that shit figured out whatsoever. Like that M11 is so dang heavy. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I agree with Bravo Tech.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
one thing that I do like about the SIGs is that they're kind of like Lego. They're kind of like the ARs of the pistol world. You can
yeah.
take pieces off and put pieces on, but you got to be careful because when you buy a gun and it's serialized, it normally has the caliber. I don't think pistol have to, right? Pistol
The
don't have to
320
have
is
the
different.
caliber. The 320 is because it's the trigger group that is, but not Glocks. So you
Right.
gotta be careful doing that because depending on how it's registered and everything else, I don't know what states you live in or what the laws are. I'm just saying know the laws. If you register a serial number and it's a 40 cal and you turn it into a 9 mil, you might run into problems. Just saying. Yeah, that's why I build all my ARs. So then they're stamped multi-caliber, and when they're registered, they're considered other. They're not a pistol or a rifle. So then I can swap them out. If you have an AR and it says 223 or 556 on the lower receiver, and you put 6 millimeter arc on it, you could run into problems. Just saying.
Well, we'll do another 5 minutes. We'll close it out. We're gonna be at an hour and a half. So we
Okay.
made it, boys. We made it without Walshy Poo and
What?
Jason.
Well,
We
to be
do miss
honest, we kicked Jason
those
off.
guys. They obviously
Yeah.
made
Dang, you're
what?
breaking up bad. But we kicked Jason off. You can only have so much awesomeness compacted into one area. We didn't want to ruin anything. We don't know what would happen if you continued to have that much awesomeness on one show. So we had to kick him off for a little bit, let things die down a little bit, and then we'll bring him back on. We didn't want the channel to explode, cell phone to overheat, whatever you're watching this on, we didn't want anything bad to happen. So we said, Jason, step aside for a little bit. We got this. We'll bring you back once we start losing some of our subscribers, then we'll bring you back on to bring our views and subscriber back up.
Yeah. So they sent Joe and I to start scaring people away, I guess.
Right. It worked.
So yeah. Like I said, so I don't really know what Walsh has coming down the pipe. I'm sure he's got more videos. I think he's been putting out 1 or 2 a week. So I'm sure he'll have some stuff coming out. I still owe you guys the fishing video. I hope I don't let you guys down. I've been hyping that up. So, and then I should be getting my kayak in September at the very tail end of kayaking season. So it'll be awesome.
Yeah, I could tell you right now, Friday in the Tack On Trigger video, the intro I think I did a good job on. Give me a thumb up just for the intro. The middle part of it, absolute trash. Just take the information and close your eyes. And then at the end, you actually get to see me shoot a little bit. Just keep in mind that I'm using the primary arms, first focal plane that I don't really like at 50 yards. But you get to see me shoot a little bit. And then Sunday will be the video you guys have been waiting for. I teamed up with Sean from We Like Shooting. We had 3 LA police gear plates, so we just sent stuff at it to see what it will hold. And I also added a little bit of some goodness in that. I don't want to ruin it too much, but we talk about walking claymores and wearing steel plates, and I proved it. So
what's awesome
you're gonna
about
have to watch that video.
Joe,
yeah, I proved it, Cody. I proved it. So you're gonna have to watch that on Sunday.
Joe hasn't shared any of that with us yet, so I have no idea. I'll be just as surprised when the video comes out. So I'm looking forward to it too.
Yep. If Walsh didn't have to help me edit, then he wouldn't even know about it. But
yeah,
he does. So
Harry, real quick, he asked about what's up with Jason for real. I think so. He took a temporary promotion at work, and I think that's kind of taking up more time than he had hoped. But we're still, we're still proud of what Jason's doing, and looking forward to when he gets some time to come back and chat with us.
Yeah, for on the real, we all struggle with work-life balance. And when I say life, I don't mean thin line defense life. I mean our families. So Jason poured a lot of stuff into thin line defense and had to step back to recenter himself around him work-life balance, life being family first. But send your love to him in the comments, especially on any of our video. Just say, Jason, we love you and can't wait to have you back, because he will be back.
That's a good, happy way to close it out. Appreciate you guys sticking with us this long. I hope you guys were entertained. I thought there were some good questions out there. Got to always give some love to my boy Misfit. He always brings in the good questions. I love the feedback that you guys are putting in the comment section. Some of it's entertaining, some of it's informational. It's never hate. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys coming out every week. We'll see you next week. Take care. Like Joe said earlier, if you got some military friends out there, give them a holler, send them a text, give them a call, tell them that you love them, that you're proud of them, and we'll talk to you next week.
Or send them our way. Cody and I will drop everything that we're doing to help out anybody. In that case, anybody. But we can relate better to our veteran brother and sisters. So send anybody our way. If we need to help, we're definitely there to help, and we'll talk to anybody.
Same for you guys too. If you guys need to talk to somebody on the real, let us know. We'll chat with you. But again, like I said, appreciate you guys. Take care, and we'll see you next week. Later.